All right, welcome into Prize Picks on 5 here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Remember, you got to use that code 5 if you want to get that matching bonus. That's the important thing there. It's right there on the bottom. You can find it. Again, I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at 5 Reasons Sports. We got our guy David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. We had a lot of signups yesterday. I feel like people actually jumped on the Jake Paul promotion. So I think that may be where a lot of those came from. We are going to keep doing NFL here. We've got not just the NFL's first games coming up here in less than 2 weeks, but also we've got all of these props for futures. So we're going division by division. We've done the AFC East. We're going to do some Dolphins-specific ones as we go forward. But I got a little bit of a Dolphins touch on this one. We're going to get into the AFC South today. We've got a couple of sort of high-profile quarterbacks, the number 1 overall pick, and a guy who was actually really, really good last year. I know Dolphin fans don't like to hear it. I'm going to let you go with yours first, and both of us are playing around with passing yards. Remember, when you play these, it's a 17-game season now, so you got to factor that in. Maybe add about 250 to 300 passing yards to your projections. What do you like here, David?
Well, there is one high-profile quarterback in the AFC South I won't be playing, but we'll just leave his name out of it. But I'm going to go with, like you said, the number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence. I think on a mediocre to bad Jacksonville team, they're going to be playing from behind a lot. And like you said, with the 17-game schedule, if he could stay healthy, that's like around 240 yards per game. So I think he'll be just fine hitting that over 50.5 passing yards for Trevor Lawrence this season.
All right, that's a pretty good number for a rookie quarterback. I mean, that would likely make him Rookie of the Year. Our guy J-Rod, over at J-Rod's show, we do betting predictions together. He likes, actually, Trevor Lawrence to win Rookie of the Year this year. That might put him in that category. They might only win 4 or 5 games. I'm going to look at a former Dolphin quarterback here, and I'm just looking up his numbers from last year as we speak, just to be totally clear on it. Ryan Tannehill, of course, last year, Tennessee, 11-5, 7-3 the year before, under Tannehill. So he's been very effective as a starter for them, 18-8. But here's the thing. We're talking about over 4,000 passing yards, right? I don't know if I like 4,200. I don't know if I like that for him. I'm looking at it right now, and I just think that number looks extremely, extremely high to me. This is a team that's going to rely on their running game. Now, he has been very, very he's been durable, okay, with the exception of the 1 year in Miami, obviously, where he had the ACL issue, and one other season where he missed some time. He's been a durable quarterback. But last year he played all 16. He had 3,819 yards. So you're basically saying he's got to play every game again this year, right, and average a little bit more per game to get over the 4,200. I'm going to bet on the side of him missing a game, okay? I think likely over the course of the season he will miss a game. If he misses the game, he's way off the pace of last season. And I don't really see a reason why his pace would go up this year. I know they added some at the receiver position. I get it. They got a lot of speed there now. But they still have Derrick Henry, and they're still going to rely upon Derrick Henry. And so I just don't see him going up almost 400 passing yards from last year when he played all 16 last year. Say he plays all 16 this year. I think he ends up with the same. He'll end up with 400 yards under. So I'm going to go under on Ryan Tannehill this season, David.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to rely, like you said, on Derrick Henry, who has a pretty big number of his own. What do you think of him with that 1,500-yard mark this season?
It's high, again, because all running backs, I get nervous about them. I think if there's one guy who would go over it, it's him. I just think, but again, once you start getting into second or third seasons of a guy getting that kind of bulk of the carries, we saw it with Ricky Williams down here years ago. Guy starts to break down a little bit. Maybe the yards per carry goes down. Maybe he misses a week. I still think they're going to rely heavily on their running game. Again, that's why I'm saying Tannehill under. I don't know that I'd play Derrick Henry over. I am reluctant to play any of the running back overs. I just, as I said on a previous episode, typically the best running backs change from year to year. Guys get nicked up. I like the unders on most running backs. I will go over on most of the passers, but not on Tannehill.
One over I do like though in the AFC South running backs is James Robinson with Jacksonville. I think
Yes.
1,000 yards that's very feasible. I think he's going to be featured a lot in the offense, both running it and obviously catching the ball. So that number is doable for him. So if I was going to play maybe one running back over the season from the AFC South, I'd maybe lean towards Robinson.
And I think Travis Etienne's injury plays into that. I think if he had been healthy, he might have been a guy who would have picked up some of the slack for them, particularly on third down. Now it looks like Robinson may be more of a 3-down back. I can see him going over. But again, it gets back to the same thing you talked about. They're going to be behind a lot. So I don't know that he's going to be sort of, putting games away in the fourth quarter. But anyway, if you're going to play these, we'll get to the AFC North next. Actually, we did the AFC North already, didn't we? Did we? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did the North and we did the East. So.
All right, we're going to do the West next, but check out our episode on the North. Again, make sure you play that code 5. And remember, it's not just NFL futures. It's NFL games, but also you can play MLB, you can play NASCAR, you can play the MMA, the boxing, anything on PrizePicks. So make sure you use that code 5. Get yourself that bonus. For David Eversole, I'm Ethan Skolnick. We'll be back tomorrow.